Imagine you're an indie artist and all you've ever dreamed of doing is writing music, recording music and playing it live. Imagine when you've finished recording it, the feeling of elation when you feel like it's the best work you've ever put out there. Now imagine you've found a way to actually do this and you've decided to give it one final last crack. What would you do? In this vlog, I'm going to share what my wife said when I quit my job to pursue music full time. Hi, I'm Pete. I go under the artist name of Pyramid Park, and in June 2017 I left a job that I enjoyed to pursue music full time as an indie artist. It was a really difficult decision to make, but what made it even harder was the birth of my daughter a few months before. Now it was Christmas time and I just finished recording an album called Vulnerability. I felt elated. This was an album that felt like my strongest songs. It felt like there was something about the recording. The whole process had been incredibly invigorating and I was alive with it. But I now had responsibilities, bills to pay, food to put on the table, like many other people in a similar position to me. And yet I couldn't shake off this nagging feeling that this was something I was meant to be doing. We had discussed this loads and loads of times. Lizzie, I'm sure, was pretty fed up with me talking about it on and on and on and wondering if it was possible or not. She was pretty unsure about the decision. It was risky at best and it was just like this huge mountain that we weren't sure whether we could climb or not. I thought about it almost too much, to my detriment, where the decision weighed on me so heavily. I kept coming back to this question, what if? What if I missed this moment and just continued on the path that I was walking along? What if I became too old for this and then I regretted it and I looked back in life and I thought I've never had the chance to do what I'd hoped to do? Yes, I had loads of other dreams. Yes, I had loads of other passions. Yes, I had a path that I was very excited about pursuing. And yet it felt like this one thing, if I didn't do it now, I would miss out on a whole opportunity in life. And after months, and I mean months of agonizing over this, we sat down with a family member and it just seemed like the lights went green for both of us. Suddenly this thing could be a reality. I agonized about telling my boss, who I respected, about this and put it off several times until I couldn't put it off any longer. I had to almost put it off because I knew it had consequences and I really wanted to make absolutely sure this was the right thing to do. That final day when I went home, what did my wife say to me? It wasn't quite what you'd expect. She said these two words, well done. It was almost as if that one decision had taken a whole year or so to process, and she was almost fed up with it and I was fed up with it, until a point where actually there was just relief in making the decision, and it was amazing to be able to start actually getting on with it. And so I did, and still 3 years later I'm having a go at this oversized dream. I've just released another album. It's called Not an Island. It's an album I think is some of my best work and I'm so pleased with the response that I've had so far. If you haven't heard it yet, please do stream it or find it on my YouTube channel, or even visit the shop to buy a physical copy of it. It's amazing, after all this time this dream is still happening, and although it is crazy and wild and way beyond what I could imagine, it's a dream that I believe is possible to live out. So thank you so much for listening to my music. Thank you so much for believing in what I'm doing, and I can't wait to share more music with you in the future as well.